Okay, picking back up here, giving a little tutorial on the web links that you want to use for homework for week 10. So I also want to draw attention to the DC motor videos here. I would recommend and suggest that you watch those. DC motors are similar to AC, but they are different in some ways. These are two very nice descriptions and explanations of how the DC motors generally operate. But looking down at the bottom here, these web links, each of these are going to be helpful to different degrees in solving the homework for this week. So the first link here, Motor Control and Protection Selection Guide, is a very, very helpful guide. It's actually a company, 3C Controls. They provide a catalog of components, right? They also have a very nice selection guide process for going through and selecting parts, and they can even give you part numbers and prices, which will be helpful for your homework. There's a selection guide here. There's also an overview video and a best practices video. I would highly, highly encourage you to watch the overview video and the best practices video. This is kind of walk you through the process of selecting the right parts or the types of parts, okay? Especially their types of parts. But really, we're going to focus, right? Scroll down here. The components we need to meet and satisfy the NEC Article 430. And so this kind of gives an overview and just a snapshot of the things. The disconnect, our short circuit protection, our controller, our switch, our contactor is the term that's used, and our overload protection. We're not going to look here for the wire conductors, right? This is only going to show us the overload protection, the contactors, the disconnect, and the circuit breaker or fuse elements. Okay. For the conductors, we can go and use what we've learned from Chapter 5 to select gauges for that. So here's this link. Watch the overview video and the best practices, and then you can start digging through their catalog of parts. The next one here, motor selection from Grainger.com. Very helpful website for selecting motors. You can also use it to select your conductors, right? Once you know what your conductor gauge is, you can search for conductors. The motors, though, click on motors. Going back here. On the left here, under motors, we have a bunch of different filtering options that we can just go through and click on. You know, 3-phase. I need open over air. I need 208, 230, right? And it'll just pull out the motors that they offer in those different ranges and those different things. So very helpful for finding motors. If we look back at the motor circuit schematic symbols, so you're going to be asked to not only select the part numbers and prices and descriptions, basically build the bill of material, but you're also going to be asked to generate a drawing of the circuit, of the motor circuit. So we look at motor circuit schematic symbols. Here are some common symbols that you'll probably use. Disconnect, circuit interrupter, your circuit breaker. There's another version of a circuit breaker. Your fuse, thermal overloads, the overloads, your motor. Okay, so those are some of the things you're going to want to use in your circuit when you start drawing that. You can use an AutoCAD package. You can use Google Draw. There's this here, schematic capture. That is actually a free web-based tool. There's a whole bunch of other tools here, but the schematic capture allows you to draw out some simple circuits and design things. You have your symbol library on the left here. It's a drag and drop type thing. Oh, let's see here. Circuit breaker, just drag and drop onto here, and I can start clicking and dragging and drawing wires all the way around. Okay, so that's that. There's two other ones here, and these maybe are for beyond just the homework, but beyond the homework, if you were actually need to solve a situation similar in the future. Easy horsepower estimation formula. So this is a website where I can calculate horsepower based on all different types of physical properties. Force and velocity, gallons per minute for pumps, fans, CFMs, conveyors, all types of different torque formulas, AC motor formulas, similar to what we've been talking about already. Okay, so that's there for you. And then, of course, if we have manufacturing applications, the book that we have for the course has very good ag applications in the Appendix A and B for general horsepower values for different scenarios that you would want a motor for. Augers and things like that. For manufacturing, this web page is actually very helpful. This gives some more manufacturing-centric examples and applications. So you would be able to go and look at speccing out a motor based on these different types of applications. And, you click on their little wizard and you're going to fill in different things based on the application. And it will come in here and it will calculate a horsepower that you would need for that application. It's a helpful link there. So, some links you might want to use when you talk about and start looking at solving homework for this week, week 10. Good luck.